We're good?
This is how they get in trouble.
Were you,
I always wonder, is like, how do these announcers get in trouble? And then I got in the radio, I was like, oh, it is pretty easy to get in trouble.
yeah,
easy to
start
go
saying
hot.
things like hot and it's wet. Nah, that's
Yeah.
too much reverb. What does that mean? What's up, dude?
What's up?
Dude, thanks for coming.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me. Welcome to Southern Indiana's Kentuckiana.
I feel like I'm in Kentucky. Kentuckiana, that's what you guys call it?
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, this isn't
Kentuckiana.
such a bad place, man. But I'll tell you what, I was going to go to the art museum this morning around the corner.
Yeah.
But I decided if I really want to see the culture in this town, I'm going to go to the fucking Walmart. So that's what I did instead.
Yeah.
I got to see what you guys had to offer.
That's the
I'll be
art
honest.
museum.
It's nice. You guys
Yeah.
have some really ugly people here, but it's fun.
There are people.
There are people, exactly. Not many. No. It's
Yeah.
kind of desolate, dude. The historic district. I think I'm in a haunted Air BnB, too.
Oh, guaranteed, yeah.
Did a ghost greet you when you
Well,
came?
well, I walked in and I was already kind of hesitant about it because he was like, "Just walk in." And
Yeah.
I walked in and there's nobody here. I felt like Joe Pesci, the Goodfellas. I was like, "Oh, this is it."
Gun to the back of my
This is-
cowboy hat.
Yeah, nobody was in the room.
You know, Eric and I were out back, and I was like, I got a feeling, like an intuition, and we were talking about weird intuition stuff and like things like that, and like deep, like metaphorical shit. Then I just got like this weird vibe, and I was like, I need to write Austin real quick. I was like, he's probably here soon. And then
Yeah.
I looked, and you were like, yeah, dude, no one's up there. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
just go in.
I
You're
forgot
still
to
good.
mention yesterday, I'm the most punctual person in the world. Like
No.
15 minutes prior to 15 minutes prior.
That you should be, bro. That's my bad. I should have told you we
No,
were
it's all
out back
good.
smoking, but yeah, dude, this is fun though. Yeah, man. I was coming down here to do some shows with my buddy Andrew Riggs and then Eric Ford, who's obviously I'm very grateful to have him behind the cameras tonight,
Yeah.
guys. So I was coming down here to do some shows with these guys, but I was like, who can I podcast with while I'm in Louisville? And a couple people, like everybody that I asked, really kept saying you. So
Wow.
I'm glad that you came, bro. I'm honored to have you.
I'm surprised at first that they. No,
Well,
glad-
I don't know how surprised you are because I heard that you got like the best upcoming comics award or something like that. Is that true?
Oh, the
Last year?
Leo.
The Leo Award.
yeah.
What is that exactly?
It's this local newspaper / magazine, and every year they do. Louisville's all about local restaurants, local brewery, local everything. So they vote for the best local, and it's the readers that get to vote for it. So just random people vote for it, and I guess I was voted best local comedian in Louisville.
Dude, that is awesome.
Yeah, I guess so. That's
Yeah,
that's
you're
cool. I don't,
well. You were voted by the people.
Yeah,
that you
which-
were the best.
yeah.
which-
Yeah.
I guess I'm the best.
I
Yeah,
guess
no.
not the best. You're a very humble person.
I've been very fortunate to do a lot of cool shows in front of hot crowds.
Yeah.
At the time that actually read the Leo.
Right.
So it
It's
fell
full
in
circle,
place.
yeah.
Just another right place, right time thing.
Man, I know what you mean by that. I also know what you mean by like just the locals around here because like I've done comedy in Nashville too, and a couple times in Louisville, and just like the scene that you guys have in the South is crazy. Like everybody's so supportive of each other, whether it's music or comedy. It's like everybody wants to see everybody make it.
Yeah.
We don't have that up north. Like
Yeah.
everybody is very cutthroat. We're like, you know what I mean? Like it's different vibes. So it's cool being around some Southern hospitality. I definitely feel it.
Yeah, you could definitely. I mean, there's ones or twos with the cutthroat and maybe the clicks, but I think we all try to get along as much as we can. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen another scene, so I don't know.
Got you. So yeah, so you're not 100% like sure how to compare it, which
Yeah.
I got to tell you, like I love my scene where I come from because you go to other places and people are like, how do you get in there?
Mhm.
How do you do that? Like, I love it when I visit there, and I'm like, yeah, it's just okay, and it had its heyday a few years ago,
Yeah.
but me personally, man, I like traveling outside the city. I feel
Yeah.
like I cut my teeth there for the last like 4 years, and like. It's like sometimes it sucks doing the same bits or trying to rework these bits in front of the same people.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Even if it's the comics, it's
Yeah.
like they're not into it, you're not into it, and like I don't know, you just kind of drift apart from your local scene after a while, but you always come back and like get to see the new talent.
Yeah.
That's what's fun too. Is seeing
Yeah.
like the new guys a couple years behind you start to look up to you, and you're like, no, I still look up to people.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels good though, and it must have felt good getting that award too.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, it was good. Thanks to Louisville for voting for that.
Shout out to Louisville. Shout out to the Leo. I'm a
For the
Leo.
people.
I'm a little bit of a Leo. What's your zodiac? By the
Pisces.
way? You're a Pisces?
Yeah.
You look very wet right now.
Yeah, that's. I mean, our logo is our symbol is the two fish doing 69.
Yeah,
so.
we're just a stone's throw from the Ohio River. I'm going to have to throw you in there and see if you can swim.
We're probably the least swimming.
I'd love to see you 69 with yourself.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
I got a tattoo of 2 fish doing 69 on my back.
I got one less rib than everybody here.
It's not about being the biggest. It's about being the less rib.
That's right, dude. It's about having the least amount of rib meat.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up, man. So what's like the craziest show you've ever done? Like, you ever had like a really weird experience doing comedy? Like, maybe not at a club, or just like doing it at some fucking strip club or some backdoor barn or something.
I know early on we did this going away show for somebody. She was moving, so she put a going away show. And it was in a part of town that I've never really been to. In a different part of town, there was a pit bull tied to the front door.
That's how you know you're welcome.
Yeah, there was like 6 comics on, and she was like, we're all doing 20 minutes. And I'm like, whoa.
Holy shit.
We're going to be here forever. Then it started an hour late, and then we got paid an expired box of chocolates.
Oh, my God.
And I walked into the green room to thank her for thanking me for being on the show.
Yeah.
And they're piling up all their stuff really quick. I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, the venue hasn't asked for my down deposit yet. We're getting out of here.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, there's flyers of my face and my name all over the wall and in the restaurant. And I'm like, no, we can't do this. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Luckily, the place closed down like a week later.
Oh, man.
There's her line on that down deposit.
Yeah. She got lucky.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like when it reminds me of like when corporate America, like when they're shutting down, but they don't tell you your job's gone. And like you're just walking through and like the shit's on fire. People are screaming and crying. Like, I don't know what's going on right now. Just like, oh man, that's classic.
She's probably the head of some business now. That's just what they do.
Fuck yeah.
She's the head of a union somewhere.
Yeah. They just jump ship and just go to the next one. That's what they do, bro.
Yeah, but that's probably the craziest.
Yeah.
Since then, it's been pretty professional and organized.
Yeah.
Fortunately for that.
Yeah, you do a lot of stuff at Comedy Caravan, right?
Yes, I've done a lot of things there. Last summer, they kind of made me their house MC, but not really their house MC. It's kind of a crazy situation that a lot of people don't, they think they know about, but they don't really know. So I did like 6 weeks straight there. And I was like, man, I am tired of hearing myself.
Yeah.
And then, so we made a little thing, and I'm there once a month now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you still get to go home to your home club at least once a month and kind of just make sure that you got your roots and your ground.
And I just want to make sure everybody else can, everybody else gets a chance to be able to MC in front of actual club audience. Yeah. In a club atmosphere with some club headliners. That's awesome. That's what I was all about.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, it's good that you're like letting other people like take the reins too, and you're not like, no, this is my spot, this is my thing, and like, that humbleness will get you farther in the business than being funny sometimes. And just being a good person, being personable is like a great quality, dude. Like I don't think people fucking really think about it enough. Like everybody's just trying to be funny and get their bearings and go to the next tier and the next rung. But like getting to know people and building relationships, that's what this business is all about. Those are going to be the same people that we're working with 10, 20 years down the road. Yeah. If we stay in the business.
Yeah. Like, and I feel like we're, it should be one for all.
Yes,
and then if I've said that right, I don't even know.
I think so.
We should be a group product.
Yeah.
And then
just like the Pisces, we should all.
Yeah, we should all 69 each other.
You hear that? Everybody in comedy, we should be 69ing. Don't forget it.
If we're 69, and we're fine.
That's love right there, baby.
I'm just saying. If other countries were 69, then there wouldn't be a lot of problems right
Just
now.
let me know before you come. I'd like to.
We wouldn't even care about gas prices if we were 69
That's
at
true,
the pump.
Dude. No one would give a shit. Everyone was just laying in the street 69ing all the time. Be a lot less homelessness.
Exactly.
I mean, that can solve poverty, dude. You don't need a house if you just lay in the street and you're 69 24/7.
I'm jumping on this. We're going to put this into Leo.
For sure.
Yeah. The best local 69er.
That's what he should have got voted for.
That's what he should have got.
You hear that? 2023, the best local 69er. Get your wife, get your daughters to come down and see Austin Baker at the Caravan. To be 69 and your whole family.
We're going to have a 69 open mic.
They're like, you mean that guy with the fish tattoo on his back? That's how they remember you now? Oh, shit. I think I'm crying. I sprung a leak. Oh, man. That's fucking great, dude.
Yeah. But I've had some fortunate like caravans. You know, I consider them like I told you before, the prom date that took me to the prom.
Yeah.
So I've been able to do some cool shows and open for some cool people with some hot crowds, and like I said, but with me it's the right place, the right time, and feel like I've seized the opportunity at the time. So these headliners have like, hey man, I'm going up to Chicago. Come up to Chicago with me, and I've gotten to now I'm best friends with one of my idols and heroes, Alex Raymundo, who takes me to these places and open for them.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's rewarding.
So how did you get your start? Like, how exactly did you figure out you were funny and start getting on stage?
Well, of course, the funny, I guess that's the cliche, is the class clown thing. You know, I went to Catholic school and just was always about making the class laugh and interrupting them, and getting put in the corner and paddled. And but we had literature class in 7th grade, and I remember our teacher. It was supposed to be this big textbook. We just read like freaking Shakespeare and stuff. Well, she like threw out the textbook and was like, use it as creative writing class. I was like, I'm all about this, and just making stories and getting up on class. And then I went to the Marine Corps and then came back. I was always trying to make the officers laugh and just trying to make the people who shouldn't be laughing. And I was like, man, I'm so obsessed with this stand-up comedy, watching it on Netflix and all that. And I'm obsessed with it. So I'm going to try this out. I didn't even know how to get it started in it. So, like, I Googled how to be a stand-up comedian.
As we all do.
Yeah, and it was that little wiki 6 how-to steps, write jokes, and then find an open mic. I'm like, an open mic? What is this?
Yeah.
The bar I'd always frequent had an open mic on Sundays, but it wasn't comedy. It was just one band showed up to this open mic and just old men strumming on the guitars and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, can I do anything at this open mic? And the guy was like, yeah, sure. I'm going to try stand-up comedy. And it was down in Valley Station, and I tried it, and it was all my family and friends, so of course they think it's funny because I told them jokes that they would, know, so I think I'm the greatest, but how you are in front of your friends and family.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even know that there was this whole world of stand-up comedy and open mics out there. I didn't know there was 3 open mics a night in Louisville at different restaurants. I didn't know there was an open mic at Wick's Pizza. I didn't know there was any of that. And there was another stand-up comedy show, not at the Caravan, right down the street in Valley Station. It's MG's now, but it was Derby City something, Grub and Pub then, with my cousin Gorilla Bob Raymer. And that's kind of how I figured out. It's like, oh, there's this whole world of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
There's open mics everywhere. And then I guess that's how you get in, is just you go to these things, you make connections. Hey, here's an open mic this night. There's open mic this night. There's open mic that night.
Exactly. And there's no real book on it either. That's what like regular people outside of the scene, they don't understand it. Yeah. Like, because when I have a similar story to you. It's like I was just trying to figure it out at first, and then actually a friend of mine, Nick Taylor, I used to work with him. We used to do lawn care together, and like we would like sneak off and smoke weed together. And then one day he was like, "Hey man, why don't you come to this show? I'm hosting at Wiley's." He had been doing it for like maybe like 2 years at that point. And I was like, "Hosting? What are you doing? He's like, "I'm stand-up comedy." And I was like, this guy that I've just been hanging out with every day is like going and like being like a second, like you're like a superhero or something. Like you're running around at all hours of the night. You're driving all around the city 2, 3, 4 hours away, and you're fucking getting in bed at 2 a.m. and then going to work the next day.
It's
like,
nuts.
I was like, this seems crazy, but that seems fun as fuck, dude. It's like a second life. Yeah. It's like you literally live a second life.
Yeah, you do. And it becomes an addiction. And then deep addiction. I was going to, before I started, I was going to what was the Caravan. It was the Laughing Derby at the time. They would put out free tickets at my gym. So I would be like, oh crap. So I'd be there all the time on these headlining shows. And then finally I saw Dale Jones there one weekend. Just hardest I've ever laughed in my life. I was like, this is what I want to do. But I didn't know, like now I know, open mic at a comedy club's pretty easy to sign up for. Then I thought it was impossible.
Yeah. How could me?
Yeah. And I was like, so I set myself goals. I was like, all right, I'll do these little open mics at these restaurants for a while. I'll cut my teeth, hopefully make some friends or some connections, and hopefully learn, to be funny. And then I'll be like, in 2 years, I'll do the open mic at the Caravan.
You gave yourself that long?
Yeah, thinking that it took that long.
Right, yeah. Just to do an open mic at a club.
Yeah,
right.
And I was like, 4 years I would be MC there.
Yeah.
And then, just kept setting myself these goals. And it was a little bit shorter than all of those. Once I was like, sign up for the open mic. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Sign up for the open
It's
mic.
been 2 weeks, buddy. You don't fucking know me.
That's not what this goal chart says right here.
Exactly. Might have to reevaluate my goals.
Yeah, I'm still 69, and man, I think I'm ready for open mic.
Oh man.
So, but yeah, that's how it all kind of. And then my mentor saw me at an open mic at Wick's Pizza after cutting my teeth, and he liked it and set me up with some guest spots, and which led to MCs, and then just again, right place, right time, and I feel like seizing the opportunities when those opportunities come up.
Yeah.
With some good crowds.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Hell yeah, bro. That's a fun story. Like I always like to learn like how people got in, and a lot of the times it's the same thing. Like I feel like a lot of the times people are like, I thought it was funny, went to some open mics, and then kind of like progress. But like hearing the person say it is different.
Yeah.
Like hearing you say it like from your mouth and like from your perspective, it just gives off this energy that's like it's different for every person.
Yeah.
And that's why like a lot of people who watch the show, they're like, oh great, he's gonna ask them again how they got started. I want to know. Like it's a personal thing. Like for me growing up, I loved watching like True Hollywood Story, like behind the music and shit.
Yeah. So
So like for me, I'm like, okay, I want to meet other funny people and figure out like why the fuck are we all doing this?
Yeah.
This is kind of a crazy thing. Like we're like we were talking about, it's like a second life. It's like you fucking. We're not quite superheroes. We're actually like lame as fuck. Like, right? We're like we don't have any fucking capes or belts or anything.
That's
like,
why when you asked me to do this, I was like, why does he want me to do this? And then I looked at your like some of your past, and I was like, holy crap, he's had people that worked with Barack Obama. And,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, dude. We recently just had a guy who writes for CBS. It was Jamarcus Turner. He was on a few weeks ago. Like that just kind of happened by luck. Like, but I feel like eventually all of us I try to pick people who I think are like gonna be funny or gonna stay in the business and stuff. So I feel like all of us down the road, hopefully you come back on in a couple of years or something, and we kind of see your progress, look back at this interview, look at that one, and like that's what I want to do with this, man. I feel like this is gonna be like a long-term thing for me, unless I get killed in a car accident tomorrow or something. Hopefully I don't, but hopefully this is a long-term thing for me and like other comics, and we can all like use this. I want it to outgrow me. Like that's my goal. Is like this podcast outgrows me, and me and my friends get to use it as a platform to like show the world our stuff and our stories. So like that's
and then you got the Woods podcast on tour. And
yeah, dude. Yeah,
which I mean kind of is,
Yeah, I'm kind of just doing my own little thing now. Yeah, I'm jumping around, but more people are like noticing me, and like you said, like the more that you work, if people are like, this dude's like fucking here every night, he's driving all these places, he's fucking. When you put in the work, people can't deny you. Like, that's what it is. Like my work ethic's ridiculous. Like I'm an averagely funny person, as funny as the next guy. I'm no Dave Chappelle, but I feel like if I fucking work my ass off, like eventually this will take off. I got a good feeling about it, man.
Yeah, for sure. And that's it's when you're at that level, and you can't really say no to things.
Yes.
So Wednesday night, and this happened like 5 or 6 times. Wednesday night, 10 p.m. They're like, "Hey, you want to come up to Indianapolis and MC this weekend?" I'm like, "Gosh, I got to leave
2 days away."
And I'm like, "Yep, let's go." And then so I'd go to work all day, drive up there, and then come back home so I can go to work. In 4 hours, and drive back up there to do the next show, and just was doing all that. And then I mean, it's you got to put it in. You got to kind of show these headliners and their mentors and these bookers that he's down.
I think eventually, man, after a couple years, be it 4 or 5 years or whatever, we all got to take that leap of faith, and kind of just like go full frontal with it. And that's where I'm at. I'm trying to break through and figure out like, okay, how can I monetize this thing, and how can I like find some content that's bringing in a consistent revenue along with like, the shows themselves paying for the travel and like my hotel stay. Yeah. Like if I can somehow work that out into its own ecosphere, which I feel like I can, I'm getting the formula. Then I can take the leap and kind of, we don't have to work our regular job anymore, right? We're getting Facebook money, we're getting YouTube money, and I'm getting a little taste here and there. I'm getting like little, little side money here and there for these different things, but I don't have it all worked out yet, man. I'm trying to get there. I feel like you're the same way. It's like we don't want to get up at 6 a.m. anymore. Yeah. You don't want to fucking drive 4 states away.
Yeah. I want to go to bed at 6 a.m.
I want to go to bed.
After just having a 2-day binge with Joe Rogan
with comedy. Yes, exactly, dude.
But exactly. and that's kind of when I was at that early MC stage, like a mentor to a lot, came up. He's like, man, 25 years ago, I quit my job. I went on the road. I did this. I was like, man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But I got a mortgage, a house.
Yeah.
I got kids.
Yeah.
I got a lot to lose. I mean, if I didn't have anything, I probably would have been, let's go,
Right.
But luckily, and another part of being fortunate in when I do in my schedule is my day job boss and that schedule will let me call and be like, hey, man, I can't come in. I got this opportunity. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff I could do from like my laptop at the, at the hotel room or at home and stuff.
That's cool. Yeah, you get to work remotely.
Yeah.
I'm also blessed in that way. I have really great employers, and they let me work They let me work my 40. Pretty much, I make my schedule. If I want to work the first 4 days of the week, and then I have shows all weekend in Indiana or Kentucky or whatever, or Michigan, wherever I'm gonna be. They don't care. They're totally cool with it.
Yeah.
And like you said, some people are like that. But then you hear these horror stories of how I remember listening to Joe Rogan on his podcast one time, and he was talking about he was like a bricklayer or maybe construction, and he was just starting off. He was like in his late 20s. And he was like, his boss would call these clubs and these bars and be like, yo, is Joe Rogan going to be there tonight? And he was like, one time the show got canceled. And so the guy confronted the next day, and he was like, I know you called off work. You were lying. You didn't have a show. I called them. And he was like, it was this big thing where the guy was like, confronting me about lying when the show had just got canceled. And I think that's great. That's fucking horrible.
Yeah,
I'm glad I'm very fortunate. It seems like you are too.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate, and I mean, I've had numerous times getting phone calls with really good opportunities the night before. And I'm like, hey, I'm not coming in tomorrow. This is what I got. And I'm like, oh, go do it. Yeah. So another fortunate part of it, and my wife's the same way. Go do it. Yeah. So I got a really good support system.
That's awesome,
in everything I do.
I do as well. I'm glad too, because you don't see that with everyone, and when you do have that, there's like this magic that happens sometimes. Yeah. You have kids too. How many kids do you have?
2 boys.
I have 3. As 2 girls and a boy. So it's like, it sucks being out of town and not being around your family and stuff. Yeah. But it's like in the long term, that versus being gone every day when the sun is shining. Yeah. What would you rather do, bro? Would you rather be gone 5 days solid and then be home 5 days solid, or fucking,
But then I get to watching all these biopics, and I'm like, man, you know what? All these, the wives and kids, they got mad at these guys and left them. Yeah. And that's how they got big. I was like, well, will you just leave me so I can get big real quick?
I know my girlfriend hates it sometimes too, though. It's not like they love it, but what are they gonna say? Yeah. Because you can see success. Success leaves clues, and if you see someone grinding their ass off and you want to try to stop them, that's really your problem. Yeah. At that point, because this guy's probably gonna make it whether you're there or not. This motherfucker's solid. You can't stop him. The smart ones will stay. Yeah. They know the deal, right? The Bert Kreischer and Leanne and yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? He always talks about how she's held him down from the beginning, even when his career wasn't what he wanted it to be. And look at him now. He's fucking. And
my wife always says you wouldn't have any material if it wasn't for us. So
that's true too.
It is kind of true.
Half my set is my girlfriend and my kids.
Yep, mine too. Being married and having kids.
Yeah, that's 10 minutes. It's solid.
So I'm like, well, fine. I'm gonna stop going to the gym and get fat. So I'm gonna have do some fat jokes about me or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's good that you so you like to use a lot of your life experience as your comedy.
Yeah, when I started out, I started doing I was a huge, still am, Anthony Jeselnik fan. Yes. So I'm like, all right, I want to be edgy. Yeah. Do all the South Park related stuff. So everybody was getting hit. I wasn't just focusing, it wasn't bad. Right. It wasn't cancel culture. And cancel culture this was 2016, so it was there, but it wasn't the steamroad train it is, now. Yeah. But then I would be up there, and I'm just like, man, this just ain't me, though. I mean, it's getting some laughs, but it's not me, and it's not going to last.
You didn't feel it in your stomach.
Yeah, I didn't feel it in my stomach, and then I went to props and one-liners.
Really?
Yeah,
that's funny.
Because I fell in love with Stephen Wright with the one-liners. Okay. And the props was just some goofy. I would take a guitar case up there and act like I was going to play guitar. Yes. And just go through a whole props thing, and then pull out an air guitar, and I had the sound guy plug up "Hey There, Delilah." So it was playing. It looked like I was playing it, and then do one-liners. And it worked 2 or 3 times, really good. Yeah. And then I was just like, man, this just ain't me. And I'm like, I've hit a brick wall. What am I doing? So I'm just standing there, just watching my wife and kids. Like, oh my gosh, it's right here in front of me. Yes. My whole life, this is all hilarious. Yeah. The vasectomy joke, talking about getting a vasectomy, get married in a bowling alley. I mean, that's 4 minutes right there. You
Yeah.
know? So yeah, life experiences.
I feel like people can relate to that stuff too. Like when you're talking about real like life shit and
Yeah.
kids and marriage, like
Yeah.
there's a lot of people, especially our age, where we're connecting with a bigger demographic probably than we thought we would.
Yeah.
Just because of the kids and the wife.
Yeah, and
like,
I've gotten plenty of people after shows and or messages after shows. It's like, man, that was so relatable. You know, that's exactly what we're going through. I mean, everybody's got the kids that are on the video games, or even everybody goes through. Well, these kids aren't doing the same thing we were doing when we were kids.
Yeah.
And then I mean, our parents did that to us. We're doing it to our kids. I mean, it's always different, even though it's really the same. I think.
Yeah, it is. We're always facing this. It's not exactly the same, but like they had magazines and now we have Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's also this like incentive for like, you know, big media and stuff to give counterculture to the young generation so that we do kind of like, they don't want us all to be in cahoots.
Yeah, it's like people today don't want to work. I was like, people didn't want to work back in the 70s.
People
and
never
80s.
wanted to work.
Yeah, people don't want. The biggest shitbags in my work are the older generation. It's the young 30-year-olds that are keeping the company alive.
That's true. Yeah. They say people don't want to work. Yeah, they always say that, man. Or they say the younger generation's lazier, or you hear a lot of shit like that. But I think you're absolutely right. I think we're just doing the same shit, the same faces.
Yeah.
Now we just got computers. It used to be analog. There's not a lot. There's not a lot changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
For sure. Fashion's circling back around too. You were saying something about when you were starting and you were kind of like working your stuff out. How long were you doing one-liners? Was that like a really short-lived thing?
It was probably the shortest lived of material I did.
I find that like guys who do just one-liners have a hard time doing super long sets.
Yeah.
Because it's so all over the place. Are you gonna do 5 minutes about one thing?
Yeah.
Are you gonna do 50 one-liners about one thing? Or you're gonna, because there's like a certain element to it that makes it good when you switch back and forth and you're kind of crazy and random. But like following that pattern for 20 minutes is kind of like nutty, and it like almost throws you for a loop. Do you agree with that?
I totally agree. I think that's why I brought in the props with it.
Okay, because you were like, I can't do this the whole time.
Yeah, now I got 5 or 6 minutes of one-liners of props,
Uh-huh.
and then however long with the one-liners that I wrote, or that are part of this Hey There Delilah bit.
Yeah.
So I think I did 12 minutes was the longest I did with that.
Okay.
But yeah, I watched Stephen Ryan. I was like, how's he doing an hour of just these one-line bits?
It's
They're
insane.
hilarious.
Yeah, he just pontificates though. I think he lets them answer in their head too.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of those are rhetorical
Yeah.
things, and it's not so much as like a joke. It's just he's asking a really obvious question.
Yeah, and it's funny
And
too.
then they have to they have to be like, "Oh, I never looked at it like that."
Observation comedy.
Yeah, observation, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like people like that too that are able to like look at the room. Like there's a couple of people. There's this dude from Cincy, Rand Barnacle. You know who that is? One of the best crowd workers. Like just one of those people who just like look in the room. There's a handful of people out there like that, but that's what I want to be able to do. I want to be better at like being funny in the moment, because I think that's true comedy.
Yeah.
Like I think that being able to like, if something pops on the news today and I got a juicy, smooth bit in my head and it just rolls out on stage, I would be proud of that moment.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm not at that point to where I'm just like so smooth at brand new jokes.
Yeah.
I wish I was.
Yeah, I'm
That would be-
definitely not there with the crowd work. If they try to chime in a little bit, I'm like, oh, this is I'm not to them, but in my head, it's like I'm sticking to my script. Stick to the script. Stick to the script.
Yeah. I'm good at getting off script. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, but it's not always funny. It's like 50-50. Like, but I have fucking short attention span, so I'm good at like if they start a conversation, I'm gonna it's gonna be had.
Yeah.
I almost can't help myself. Like,
Yeah.
I almost want to be like, "What's your name? Where you from?" And like, I will just try stuff, and like I was saying, like sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. But if I could just be a hitter every time, bro, I'd be really proud of myself at that point. Like when I get that point in the game, if that exists.
Yeah, I'm one of those types. Like it happened to me last time that I actually went off script and was talking with the crowd, and then I get off stage, I go to the corner, I was like, oh man, I hope they're not mad at me. But I mean, she was kind of talking and being disruptive and all that, but man, I hope they're not mad at me after the show.
You have to be careful, because if you start saying things like you're being cunty or you can cross the line easily as a comedian.
Yeah.
Or like if you tell someone to shut the fuck up rather than like, hey, shut up.
Yeah.
You could turn the crowd on yourself.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then, well, I was trying to help.
We're just trying to help. That's what they say every time.
The last show we went to, the comedian loved it. I'm like, it's a scripted show.
Do you ever have people come up to you after and they're like, "Hey, I got a bit for you," or I got something you could put in your act?
Oh gosh, all the time. Every time I'm at a bar or a restaurant or a family event or
Do you just like wipe it off now, brush it off?
Uh,
Have you ever taken it like for what it's worth, or do you just kind of brush it off?
I usually let them say it, and then I kind of chuckle at it, and then
Yeah.
I don't take it.
Right.
You know?
Right. They don't understand that there's a formula to it, I think.
Yeah, like when I first started out, my notebook, like one joke was 3 pages long.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, that's not the joke. This is,
Yes.
it's a quick, like you said, there's a formula to it, and just how many words you do, and it could even be take the word "the" out of there,
Right.
and they don't understand.
It's weird. It's like that relatability aspect to them, where they have all this backstory in their head, and then they just feed you the one-liner, and you're like, I don't find it as funny as you do,
Yeah.
right? Because it's not as personal to me,
Yeah.
right? And that's what the beauty of finding those jokes that are really relatable across the board. It's because like, oh shit, I'm hitting something now.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, a bunch of people in the room like this,
Yeah.
or even if they don't have kids, they know someone who does, or they are a kid, or family stuff is good, man. That's one of the best topics, I think. That's more relatable on like a mainstream kind of way, in like a mainstream way. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I've been married 10 years, so I kind of feel like I've lived that to where I can be able to relate to just about anybody.
Yeah.
The older crowd, the blue collar comedy tour crowd, and that's where I'm kind of at because where I'm from, the south end of Louisville, so I grew up on the Larry Cable Guy and all that. That was our
Yes.
comedy specials.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So Valley Station, that was Get Her Done was everywhere.
Those dudes didn't make it until they were well into their 40s. Besides Jeff,
Yeah.
those were his friends.
Yeah, and it didn't happen until around that blue collar comedy tour, I
Yeah.
think, and so I can relate to that older crowd because, I'm hitting the relatables of, wife hates me because I don't take out the trash and she reminds me every 6 months, blah blah blah,
Right.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
That hits everybody.
Yeah.
That's
Across the
married.
board,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, everybody that's married or that's even have a lived-in girlfriend. My
Yeah.
girlfriend, we've been married. We've been not married. We've been together for like 13 years. She wants to get married. I'm gonna marry her. I tell her all the time, like I'm gonna marry. Especially now, there was a point where I wasn't sure, and we
Yeah.
like had some, we had some stuff that we went through, but. It's like I really do want to marry her, but she's at the point where she's like, you need to shit or get off the pot. She's
Yeah.
she's like serious about it, and I'm like, oh fuck, I guess soon, right?
Yeah.
That's gonna have to be. She's not taking it for like she's not. Yeah, she's not having it.
Married to this comedy game.
I am. I actually am, honey. You hear that? He said it, not me.
Yeah.
Oh shit. How long have we been going, Eric?
33.
33. 33. Are you a Freemason?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. I would know.
You would know. What do you make of conspiracies? Do you get into any of that stuff?
I do. I don't think we landed on the moon.
Okay.
I'm deep into that conspiracy.
Now explain this to me. Explain, because I'm a believer that we made a rocket and we went up there and I don't know why it would be faked. Explain to me how we could what the point of it would be for us to fake it.
Well, the obvious reason, I think that's probably what you hear all the time, is to win the race.
For land, basically.
Yeah, they're in the race up there to beat the Russians up there. Or
I can see that because we are
beat.
very competitive in nature, especially when it comes to national.
Yeah, and then it's probably like, well, they got to believe us. We said it. I think back then we were a lot more hypnotized by what the TV said than what we are now.
Okay.
Because we landed on the moon. It was like, oh, the TV said it.
A lot less questions.
Yeah, a lot less questions. If they said it, we did it.
Okay.
And and then it's like or I don't know, who was the president? Was it Richard Nixon then?
At that time, was it JFK or Richard? I think it might have been
Whoever
JFK.
it was, he made a phone call to the people on the moon. I was like, I'm down at Derby City Pizza. I can't even get service to send a text message in 2022. This man made a phone call to the moon. You know what I'm saying? I think that's because Jeff Toy, good buddy of mine, he's a non-believer in the moon landing. we just go back and forth on this, and
He said I can't get service at the fucking pizza store.
yeah, he's a big. That's one of his big arguments. It's like, we made a phone call to the moon, and I was like, yeah, man,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he made a phone call congratulating them
While they were up there still.
while they were up there.
It's like, hey, by the way, you guys are doing great.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How do you get their number?
Yeah, how do you get
It's
their number?
unlisted, right? It
Yeah.
should be unlisted.
I can't even. Yeah.
Call the moon. Who the fuck calls them? When you're the president, though, you probably got laser guns and all kinds of shit. You probably just vaporize your wife and get a new one cloned.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know
Think
what I
about
mean?
that long distance, Bill.
Yeah.
No doubt, dude. That was back. They definitely had to pay for international calling
yeah.
at that point, bro.
Yeah. So that's a big argument of mine. And then, like, just the, I guess the guy who was supposed to be the first guy who died in the practice, I guess he was getting ready to whistle blow. And he died in the practice because the rocket blew up. The
Shit.
The cockpit or whatever they call it, it blew up and he died. And then there's just a bunch of, I don't know if this is, a good argument or not, but, hey, Neil Armstrong, put your hand on the Bible and say you didn't go, and he won't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good argument, but it's going to be good enough for me since I'm a
That's almost like when you ask Donald Rumsfeld, like, are you a lizard person? And he's like, next question.
Yeah.
It's like if you answer it, you're fucking giving into it either way.
Yeah.
Either like if Neil Armstrong says, if he even does it at all, or he can't buy into it, right? That's all part of the lie or the truth. Either way, it's like if it was true, I would probably be like him too. I'd be like, yeah, of course I went. I'm not fucking.
Yeah.
Get that away from me.
Yeah, and that's another good point.
Right? You have to think about it from his perspective.
He punches the guy with the Bible.
Right, yeah.
But then I'm like, though, his generation back then is so about, truth and the Bible and you got to live it. And it's like, well, he ain't doing it,
Yeah.
It's like I was watching Brothers last night with Jake Gyllenhaal and Tobey Maguire.
It's a great movie.
And Jake Gyllenhaal, the brother, didn't sleep with the wife. But they won't tell him no that they didn't.
Yeah.
So he just keeps getting it crazier and crazier. It's like, just tell him no.
Yeah, everybody knows but you.
Yeah.
Well, they want to get him riled up, though.
Yeah, I guess so. You don't have another hour and a half of the movie, I guess.
Yeah. Right. That's hilarious.
But it's just like the Bible thing. Just put your hand on the Bible and say you didn't. But yeah, that's I think that's a big conspiracy. I don't believe in it. We didn't land on the moon.
We didn't land on. You think we made it since?
No,
You don't think you don't think like we're up? Jeff Bezos and those guys are up on Mars now, or you think that that's part of the same thing? Are we continuing the conspiracy, or what do you think now?
I haven't even decided if we're actually in space.
Okay.
I'm
You think this could be a computer program?
Yeah, I'm on the fence about even that, because it's like we got a guy up in space right now, and we can't go get him or something. It's
Really?
Like, why can't we go get him? Or he can't return, or so Russia has to bring him back. Think about that freaking conversation right now.
That doesn't make a lot of sense. Speaking of Russia, think about the that girl who's over there for smoking weed right now. That WNBA player.
Yeah,
That's
Brittany
so
Griner.
sad, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck? She's probably been doing that for years.
I haven't looked too much into it yet, but I've seen headlines of that.
Yeah,
so-
well, I guess she had like a vape pen.
Okay.
Like a. Did you smoke?
No.
Okay, I don't either. Not in Russia.
no.
No, not in Russia. But so apparently, a lot of those chicks probably do. Ball players and stuff. Athletes, dude, they're the type of people who get away with anything, right? And they have since fucking middle school. When you're a superhuman like that, people just treat you differently.
Deshaun Watson's proof of that right now.
People treat you differently when you're a superhuman. They do.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. She's been living freely forever, and they tell those players over there, like, when you come over here, you treat it just like it's America, which even though maybe weed is illegal over there,
Yeah.
it's also just that's not America. America, it's legal, so we should be able to fucking do what we want. And I think they're just using her as a bargaining chip.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I think that's what's going on. Like,
They're just getting crazier and nuttier over there anyway.
shit is crazy. I don't even know if we could talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know
They
either.
might pull the show or something. Because I've heard recently that they're pulling media that's discussing Russia in any type of way. Or
It might be
like
great.
that, so.
It might be great though for it.
Yeah, it could be. They need some good press. Yeah, they need a good podcast to fucking present to give them.
That man, these two can 69. We need
That's
to bring
right.
them to Russia right now and fight for us.
That's actually going to be the second part of this segment right now. Would you guys like to see us 69 on this couch? We're going to order pizza. We're going to 69 until he gets here.
69 for peace.
69 for peace. We're going to Thank you, Eric. That's the name of this episode. 69 for peace. 69 for Pisces, baby. Pisces and Pisces. It's almost the same word, dude.
Pisces and peace.
Pisces and peace, dude.
Yeah.
Peace from the Pisces.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, man.
I got a like a local conspiracy that I'm really deep into.
Please open up about this.
I don't know if it's the Louisville Kentucky rivalry, sports rivalry.
Okay.
So Louisville, quote unquote, is little brother to Kentucky. That's
Okay.
what they say. I'm a big Louisville fan. We've had a lot of scandals the past 8-9 years.
What's the name of the team in Louisville? Is it not the Wildcats? Is
Louisville
it
Cardinals.
the
and
Cardinals
the Kentucky Wildcats.
and the Kentucky Wildcats?
Yeah.
These are both basketball teams.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The universities. So we've had some scandals. Louisville's had some scandals over the past 8 or 9 years with strippers and paying players and all of this. We've got national titles ripped down, wins taken away, coaches, board fired, all that. I've got a big local conspiracy that University of Kentucky's behind all of this.
Really?
They've infiltrated from within because Louisville was on the come up. The city of Louisville was on the come up. Everything was going great. All the sports teams were winning. There were stadiums being built, a lot of money, a lot of championships. I'm a big supporter of the state in Kentucky hates the city of Louisville because we're different from the state of Kentucky.
Very progressive.
Very progressive.
It is a different city out here.
Very diverse.
I like it. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's a great city.
It's nothing like the rest of Kentucky, though.
No, it's not. And it could be a lot better than what we've been portrayed as the last few years, for sure. So I think Kentucky infiltrated from within to bring us down. They hired the strippers. They've hired these bad board members. They set up Papa John.
They set up Papa John. Is he from here?
Yeah, he's from Louisville.
I didn't know that.
He was a big donor to the University of Louisville.
He's actually from Indiana.
Yeah,
Southern
is he-
Indiana.
And
Yeah.
you know what's funny? Eric told me that who's the guy from Fear and Loathing? The guy that's Hunter S. Thompson.
Oh, yeah. He's
Also from Louisville.
We don't celebrate him enough.
This is a fucking cool town. Dude.
I don't think we celebrate Hunter S. Thompson enough.
I don't think I celebrate Louisville enough. I had to come here more often.
Papa John and Hunter S. Thompson?
Fucking yeah, dude. It's the most racist / progressive town I've ever been to, dude. Drug filled too. Oh shit.
Papa John Hunter S. Thompson was 69 in a bar.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but that's what I think. University of Kentucky brought Louisville down because they were getting upset of all the good stuff that was happening.
Speaking of scandals with Kentucky basketball, do you know who Action Bronson is?
Yeah.
He's a rapper,
Yeah.
Bronsolino. I love Action. There's a song he has, and one of the bars or like the lyrics that he says, "I fixed the game between Kentucky and Miami of Ohio." Do you remember that game?
I don't remember that.
That was a big game. Ohio. I'm pretty sure like the Ohio it wasn't. I don't know if it was OU or it was Miami. I don't know what the fuck it's called. I'm from there though. I live near like Miami County, Ohio. But that's where there's like a college up there, and they played the Wildcats a couple years back. I don't know who won or who lost, but that's just crazy. He would say that in a rap song, just openly, like he fixed the game.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? Is
Now
that
I'm gonna look into
are
that.
games fixable? You should, right? I mean, this is a
I'm
local
trying to take
thing.
Kentucky down.
You should. This is your fucking proof.
This
right
is
now.
my chance.
Well,
Me and
he-
Action Bronson are going to take
Think about
Kentucky
this.
down.
Bronsolino said Kentucky first, right? They must have been the one that paid him, right? Or maybe he paid them. Why would he mention Kentucky first? I
Yeah.
fixed the game between Kentucky and Miami of Ohio, not Ohio and Kentucky. I don't
Yeah.
know if that rhymed better. I don't know, man. It's a question.
And I'm a big conspiracy theorist in this. He might be doing this, that he puts us in this music, or like they put it in movies, what they're going to do, and we pay for it.
Yeah.
So that's like us accepting it and it being okay.
We full sell buy into it. Yes.
Yeah. Anything that happens on the movies, we paid the ticket, we accept it. That's us signing and saying, "Oh yeah, go ahead and go do it." I'm a big believer in that.
It's kind of what we were saying earlier. It's like, or maybe we didn't make this point, but we were talking about comedy. It's like, as comedians, our job is to like make things relatable. It's
Yeah.
like if we can connect with people in a bigger way and get that relatability aspect, then we can do other bits about like social commentary and stuff that's going on in the world.
Yeah.
And I think it's our job to make that stuff normal to people.
Yeah.
Just like musicians, like in movies. It's that's our job as comics, is for real to like. That's why you always see people looking at the news for new bits.
Yeah.
And like we're trying to stay on pop culture.
Yeah.
Because we got to make people understand it. Regular people don't. They're like, what the fuck? They're
Yeah.
up in arms about new shit. And
I
we got to be
think-
like,
yeah.
no, it's funny.
I think
right?
that's like what Cat Williams and Kevin Hart and all of them are trying to like let the cancel culture know. Is like, we're here to make ease of it.
Yes.
So we can all just be in here together and laugh together.
Yeah. People don't get it, though. It's almost like we're living in a time where it's really hard to make an informed decision
Yeah.
because there's like flack from either side.
Yeah.
So much information.
And that's one of the most addicting things of comedy to me, is that for 20 minutes, I get to attempt to take these people away from their reality life.
Yeah.
They had a hard day at work. Their boss was on their butt, you know. And for 20 minutes, I get to try to make them laugh to forget that life sucked today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's a really rewarding, addicting thing of comedy, too.
It is, dude. And then if you're really good at it, you get to land that plane smoothly, and you get to move. You know what I mean? And
you
tell
get
them
to
have a great
69 with
night.
them after the show.
69 with them after and take pictures of me 69 with your mom after the show. So you get to. Dude, I want to see all the photos from after your shows.
There's some wild shows.
Yeah. He's like, you should see my coffee table. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's a scratch and sniff.
It's a scratch and sniff, dude. These panties from a 78-year-old woman at 69 with in the back of a Ford pickup. It's an F-250. She's a big girl. Big and beautiful, baby.
669.
669.
669.
Dude, you're a funny motherfucker, Austin. Oh, shit. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Conspiracies are good, man.
Nasty cough.
You got, okay.
I just want to interrupt so you can take that out or whatever.
Okay.
Ask him about his shirt, his
Tell me about your shirt,
morning
dude.
job.
Oh, so another thing that comedy has led me into is LRS 102. I'm on the morning show there.
You're on the morning show on the radio?
Yeah, well, it's an app now. It's an app on your phone. LRS 102 was the oldest radio station in Louisville rock station. Opened back in the 60s.
No shit.
The Walrus. Everybody, all of our, uncles, fathers, grandpas, we grew up on LRS, the Walrus. I mean, every generation was on it. I think iHeart kicked it back in 2008, I think, one of those things. So then an old DJ came back in 2015, bought the rights, bought the names, and brought it back to streaming, so it's an app on your phone.
Hell yeah.
They are partners with the Caravan. They're there every Thursday to push the station. We kind of got to talking to him. I was hosting that night. Got to talk to Skinny J, who is my morning show co-host. He had me on LRS Fest, which is the annual music festival. They wanted comedy there. So got on that, and then a few months later, they had me on the morning show, which turned into co-host of the morning show.
Hell yeah, dude.
So it's like, holy shit, this is LRS 102, the Walrus, who everybody knows in the city of Louisville, and now I'm the co-host of the morning show on it.
Dude, that's fucking amazing.
Just another right place, right time, seize the opportunity thing.
Yeah. Well, I think you say that, but I think this is what it is. I think you're extremely funny, and people are realizing it, and they're like, okay, I'm going to give this guy an opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd hope so. I
I think that's what's going on, because you're hilarious, bro. You keep doing callbacks from that joke we did at the beginning. Like, a lot of times I have to try to do that because some comics, they're funny on stage, but they're like dull in person.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to fill in a lot of shit or try to like laugh or make fake humor, but I've genuinely been laughing and I cried a couple times since I've been talking to you. So
You had some steroids before the show, though.
I did. I
Some
snorted
laugh steroids.
I had snorted a big line of weed. Can you do that? Can you inject weed?
We used to snort Smarties, so I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another cool opportunity. And then when I found out that they were back, I would see like all their remotes, like where would they be at? Like, we're at Beef O'Brady's tonight. So I was like, I'm going to Beef O'Brady's.
Hell yeah.
I'm always going to be in their face. Always going to be in their face. I'm going to be an ambassador for LRS 102. I'm going to make them, bring me onto the show.
Are you guys on Spotify?
No, we're our own app.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So and then we're rock station 24 hours, DJs 24 hours playing music, and we don't play. We'll play Led Zeppelin, but we're not playing Stairway to Heaven. We're playing deep cuts that you don't hear over and
That's
over
dope.
and over again.
Yeah.
And support the locals more than anybody. A lot of local talent in Louisville in the rock scene, and you probably know that too, Eric. There's a lot of good talent in Southern Indiana and Louisville, so we support them a lot too.
That's cool. Yeah, my mother was actually born in a shack in Stanton, Kentucky, behind a barn.
No kidding.
Yeah, dude. So her side of the family's from down here. My uncles were like bluegrass players.
Nice.
So when I was a kid, I used to go to like the festivals and stuff, and we would travel around. And yeah, I love bluegrass. The only really like modern bluegrass that I listen to now though is like not really bluegrass, but it's Tyler Childers. You know? Who that is?
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah,
dude.
I don't think he gets the respect he should have.
I think he's gonna be mainstream someday.
He's big in Kentucky, in this area, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio.
Yeah.
I think he should be even bigger than what he is.
Yeah, I think he will be someday. He like keeps it like alive. For me, like when I hear him, it reminds me of stuff that I would hear when I was a kid, like sitting on the porch, listening to my grandpa and mom just play and stuff. So.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not huge in the country, but Tyler Childers is he's big.
He's crazy.
So it's a rock station. It's been pretty cool. It's led me some cool opportunities and interview some cool people and that's just another cool thing I get to do. So I
Hell
do that
yeah.
in the mornings and then go to work and then either comedy or t-ball practice afterwards.
Fuck, dude, you sound like you're working your ass off. you know?
I'm tired.
I bet. Yeah, you're like, something better come of this.
Yeah, a t-ball championship.
T-ball
That's what it's going to be.
you get out of it.
The radio's going to close down. I'm going to get fired from my job. Comedy's going to end. Hey, we got the t-ball championship though.
Yep. That actually makes sense. You ever heard of the Paretta effect? You know what that is?
No.
So it's basically this like mathematic equation. It always works out this way no matter what. It's like one of those funny math things.
Yeah.
20% of your results will come from 80% of your efforts or something along those lines. Like,
Okay.
Like 80% of the things you do won't fucking matter.
Yeah.
In life, in
Yeah.
general, it doesn't matter. But there's like this small 20% that will pan out for you. So
Okay. That's probably
T-ball. It's probably.
that's what I give my less to.
Yeah.
So that's probably what like I'm a big believer in the angel numbers. Mm-hmm. Like I see 808 everywhere.
Okay.
And it's like when I see 808, like these things fall into place. I could see it on a license plate anywhere, a house address.
8 means infinity too.
Oh, I never thought
My
about that,
entire
yeah.
family, this is a weird thing, and my girlfriend's into numerology too. My entire family, me, my girlfriend, all 3 of my kids, we all have an 8. So that's super weird that you say that, 808. We all have an 8 in our name. It's all of our birthdays, or like mine's August, it's 8. And then also if you take, she was doing a bunch of math with my fucking birthday, and it's always 8.
Yeah.
She was born on September 8th. My son was my daughter's April 17th. My son is, my January 8th. It's like there's 8s in all of our names.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird that you say that.
And then like I looked at when I was noticing I was seeing 808, I would look at it and like it's like my angel trying to tell me you're right where you're supposed to be.
Johnny Angel.
Johnny Angel, Johnny Angel. That's probably
You're right where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, that's why you weren't in here.
Right.
I was like, oh, I'm not where I'm supposed to be at. I was here.
Dude, you're here by yourself right now. What if you were the only one here in this haunted fucking historic?
I'm gonna go back and watch this, and there's not. I'm gonna be just.
It's just
talking to
you.
nobody.
Yeah, they're like, dude, he's so good. He's
Yeah.
As an actor, he has such range. He was talking to 2 other people the whole time. This is insane.
And then he's 69 himself.
He has 1 less rip than other men. It's not that big of a deal. It's like, why do you smell like Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce? What? I had a turkey rib.
But it's crazy because like I'll get to this thoughts. It's like, man, am I supposed to be at this job or blah blah blah. And then 808 will pop up.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you're supposed to be at this
Stay
damn
put.
job. And then
Yeah.
like the radio show, I'm like, man, do I really want to be tired all the time and do this? And then my co-host Skinny J, his birthday's August 8th.
Yeah.
808.
808, dude.
What the hell?
88.
Yeah. And then but then you never appear when I need you.
Yeah. It's only when you're like about to fall off the path or whatever.
Yeah.
I believe in that too, man. That's cool. I'm all about like getting answers from the universe, and like that's also like probably attributing to like we probably have schizophrenia or something. And we're like, dude, there's answers in the numbers.
There's not really 808 there. It's like the number 23 with Jim Carrey.
Exactly.
It's not really there.
No, I think that sometimes too. I let the number 6 drive me a lot. Like I always try to park at number 6 on the pump.
Yeah.
Or like my birthday is August 24, so 2 + 4 is 6. So I like the number 6 a lot. I got like do you know about like life path numbers? So there's like there's the ice machine. There's like this weird math problem you can do. Maybe we'll do it after because we're gay and we'll do it.
Yeah.
Like we'll, you know what I mean? Like a gay sleepover thing or whatever. Like, dude, let me guess your life path. Let me read your palm, bro. But basically, you do like your birthday and you input into the certain equation. I'll have to Google it, and it tells you your life path number. It just breaks it down into one singular number between 1 through 9.
Yeah.
And some people are 10s, and those are like master numbers. But yeah, everybody has one, and I think mine's number 6. So it's just like I just let that numerology drive my life. I always try to park at that pump. Like if I'm 6th on a lineup somewhere, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking murder.
Yeah.
Like I just let it like really. I like it. It's almost like a security blanket.
A big boost.
Yeah, it's like this little boost in my head. I'm like, oh, the universe is allowing me to do this.
Yeah,
right
and
now.
then I've heard somebody explain it to me that really knows it. She said that you keep seeing that is that you're really balanced. like you're super balanced. There's nothing that can knock you off this balance beam.
Oh, you're in sync.
Yeah, you're in sync.
Like Assassin's Creed, dude.
Yeah.
What if we're living out our ancestors right now? And we're just like Assassin's Creeding, and we're
Yeah.
like fucking hooked up to the Animus. And
Yeah.
It's like 808.
I'm like, why me?
6. Yeah.
Why'd you choose me? Why not my brother?
Because this is a crazy time to be alive, dude.
Yeah.
This is like the craziest
I don't
time.
want to see 808 all the time. I feel like I'm crazy. Like,
Yeah. Dude, there was this I fucking, now that you said 808, there was this band. I used to do it wasn't a band. There was actually these rappers. I used to do rap music before I was a comedian. So I did like hip hop music for years and played a lot of shows. And there's this fucking group that went to Wright State College, and they had this fucking song, and the entire hook, they made the beat, and there's like this thing called an 808 in hip hop. It's a drum,
Yeah.
certain drum. And so the whole time they're just saying 808, 808,
Yeah.
808 for like 5 minutes, and now that's going off in my head right now. Now that you said that.
That might be on my new walk-up song.
808, 808. You can probably get it on SoundCloud
Yeah,
for
get
free.
everybody hypnotized.
I'm sure it's still on there.
Yeah. And it's like I think one of the first CDs that I bought myself was like 808 Heartbreaks with Kanye West.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. It's always been there. It's been around since like middle school. I've always seen this number.
It's an infinity number too. Like, you know what I mean? Like it means forever. That's what I've heard. So
And then I know a guy named Bob.
Bob 808.
Yeah, it looks like 808.
That makes it's like Bob's my best friend.
I mean, who all knows a guy named Bob?
Not a lot of people. Statistically speaking,
808,000
zero.
people.
808,000 people precise. That's funny, dude. We found out we're both schizophrenic, man.
Yeah, that's what we. Eric's been quiet ever since. He's scared to death right now.
Dude, we're in a haunted Air BnB in Erie, Indiana.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude.
We're both missing one rib.
We're both missing a rib. We're gonna 69 after.
We're taking Eric's rib.
If you guys want to really see a 69, go to the Patreon. You guys have to pay for that kind of action. We should do a show called 69 with Bob, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
$8.08.
$8.08 a month. You guys just watch us suck each other off. It's not gay. It's for profit. We have kids. It's not gay if it's for pay. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got things to do.
I got things to do, and it's not dudes. Okay.
Look, you see gas prices.
You see gas prices? $8.08 a gallon.
If that happened, I'd be done.
That's
I'd
how
be like,
the
you know
world.
what?
You know
Never
the
mind.
world's gonna end.
I'm walking around everywhere.
It gets to 808.
Yeah.
That's my.
I just hope this number doesn't drive me insane, like Jim
Yeah.
Carrey in 23, and then I'm just all over the place. And then now my wife wakes up and I'm writing it on the walls. This is where I'm supposed to be.
Like, what time is it? You got all the clocks set to 808 in the house. Take the batteries out. Like, how did you do this? This is a microwave clock. I don't even know how you got it to stop. Oh, you can do that if you just put 808 on the timer. Dude, one time I did that. I was I know you say you don't smoke weed, but I used to like do like psychedelics and stuff when I was younger. You know, I did mushrooms and acid a couple times. One time I was on shrooms, and I've been with the same girl for years. So this was like long ago before we had kids. It was like our first apartment, and my buddy and I were tripping, and we took these shrooms. It had been like an hour maybe, and I looked at the clock, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude! It's 3 o'clock in the morning." And he was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, we took those at like 9 o'clock." I was like, "Dude, there's no way that much time has passed. It's 3:04, and we're sitting there for like 10 minutes, and 3:04 never." Like, it never progressed, and I was like, dude, we're, like, stuck in time.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend just comes in, had maybe overheard us in the other room or something, and she just pressed cancel on the microwave and just walks out of the room. Doesn't verbally say anything to anyone. It's like 9:24. And I was like, oh, my God. I was like, bro, we literally was like, I wasn't even tripping yet. Like, you know what I mean? It didn't even hit me, but I was like, oh, it was like that placebo effect. It started fucking with me.
It would have been great if y'all were the test dummies to try to make it legal and all that. They're like, well, nope.
Yeah, not today. Dude, I think the CIA used to give people a lot more than they should have. Because, like, in my experience, like, when I've taken up to 2 hits at a time. That was the most, and it, like, melted me. It was, like, fucking fucked me up.
Yeah.
Made me change into a different person, pretty much. But, like, I've also experienced it where I would just take, like a sliver of it. Like, I would cut, like, a whole hit of acid, and you would cut it into, like, 10 or 20 little tiny strips where you can barely even see it. You put one of those on your finger every other day for, like, a week, and you don't trip. But what you do is you really find clarity in your life, and it lets you observe all your patterns. It's almost like when you hook up your computer and you get the administrative program and you can see everything running. I swear to God,
Yeah.
that's what it was like. And I was like, oh, I don't like this. Oh, I'm doing this, and like it helps you see you for you, and then also you that you want to be, and it gives you like both the little. That's how I saw it. Like I said, I'm schizophrenic. I'm always following the number 6. I'm not sure 100% that's good advice. It's probably from those little slivers of acid.
Hey, we're two negatives that make a positive.
Yeah,
there,
that's true.
so.
Yeah, I like it. This is a fun vibe. How long have we been going, Eric?
An hour.
An hour? Okay. Well, this was fun, man.
Yeah.
I try not to make them longer than an hour. Sometimes it's easy to get through an hour, though, especially when I'm talking to you, bro. This has been super fun. I hope you come back on someday.
Man, thanks
For
for
sure.
having
Whether
me,
I'm
man.
here or if we can get you on a show up in Ohio or something sometime.
That'd be awesome. I'm in Newark, Ohio, April 2nd.
Hell yeah, April 2nd.
know
He's
if
in
that's-
Newark, Ohio. You guys make sure you follow him on social media. Austin's a funny guy. Like the newspaper and everyone around here obviously agrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you were really fun to talk to for real, man. I hope that you figure out that thing about the moon landing, and I hope they win that T-ball championship. I can't wait to 69 you, dude.
Yeah. I got to clear my schedule, man.
Yeah, you're going to have to. It's going to be a long, long day. We're about 8 hours and 8 minutes at 69. And so, all right, guys, peace out. Thanks for watching.